welcome to Wasted Opinions. Today I'm your host, LewisLightning, and we are going to be talking about our favorite video game developers. But you should know who the guys are next to me. So over on my right,
MussKeg!
Okay, and over on my left,
CountryBoy.
Oh! Well, I was going to say, is yours a reference? I know his is a reference.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a video game where somebody goes,
MussKeg!
I don't know, it's like a Street Fighter thing, like punching, I don't know.
yeah, it's from the Wasted Pins video game.
Yeah, that's going to be his finisher. Just punches the screen.
Who's your favorite character?
Before we get going, we will each do a shot. Got some root beer schnapps here.
The schnapps are good, yeah. That's German.
It's German for the schnapps are good here.
Someone classic. Someone's like, wow, what kind of accent's that? I couldn't figure it out. We're going to be talking about the companies that make the games that we love so much. Which ones make most of our favorites? We're going to start with MussKeg. He's going to give us his...
That's because I know the least about
needed
that stuff.
We're doing MussKeg and then CountryBoy.
He needed that boost.
I guess.
So, I'm going to take the most obvious one that these guys... I'm going to mouth it, and you guys... Lou, you can say it, okay?
Bitch.
BioWare.
Oh, BioWare, okay.
I knew that's what he was doing.
Well,
I'm
you
wearing
guys, I was thinking something else, because John probably wouldn't...
I'm wearing my Golden & Sons...
He just assumes that I'm a big
Dragon
BioWare
Age.
fan.
No. BioWare, first of all, my favorite part about this is it is a locally based video game company started here in...
Edmonton?
I don't want to give away our... No, people are... now we're going to get all our
Wow,
fans.
How hard is it? They started in BioWare. Where did it start? Google. Oh, Edmonton, Alberta.
I know.
But he didn't say it.
I know. Anyways, so basically, I love that part. I have friends that work at BioWare, which is just cool to know people, and you guys know them as well. They're more my friend, but whatever. So this is a company that has, in my opinion, had two kind of lives to it, if you will. Pre-EA and post-EA acquisition. BioWare, my favorite part of them as a company, some of the games they've had, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Knights of the Old Republic they did.
Yeah.
Recently Anthem.
They also did Jade Empire, which I've never played.
I never played that.
I heard it's a lot like Knights of the Republic.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Anyways, the big thing about BioWare games is the stories of them are so massive in scope, massive in background.
Vast.
Vast is the best way to put it. They put the effort into building the world and the lore and everything like that. And I was first brought into BioWare with Mass Effect, played that series. Then I actually, when I lived with Lou, I started trying out Dragon Age. Really liked Dragon Age as well. It was like Mass Effect Medieval.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're a huge BioWare fan too.
I was going to say, like you said, that was the biggest point I was going to say is that they make a world, and a lived-in world, or in the case of like Mass Effect, a fucking galaxy.
Yeah.
Like you go and look at like their
codexes, yeah.
And it's like you find the history of entire races.
It's a book.
What happened to people, and Dragon Age has like the history of like who their gods are and what everyone believes, and you actually take that into account in the game. Like you're dealing with a dwarf. Okay, well, a surfacer dwarf is a lot different than someone who lives underground. I gotta think of it's.
Yep.
Amazing how deep they go into all the lore and everything.
Yeah, it's and John, so you've only played really one BioWare game.
Yeah, because as you know, I'm not an RPG fan, but yes, I played the most recent one, probably the most hated one.
Probably the most glitchy one.
Yeah, Anthem, but I still enjoy the game.
It's got bones. It's got the right bones to it.
The structure's there.
Okay, so let's talk about post EA a little bit, and we don't want to spend too much time on this, but since EA's acquisition, they've launched 2 games, I believe, Mass Effect Andromeda and
Anthem.
I think
Inquisition. I think they'd already developed Inquisition.
I was going to say Mass Effect 3 was like they were pretty much finished.
Oh no, yeah. Sorry, it was before, but EA's fingers are mostly really into Andromeda
and stuff after that,
and Anthem, and Andromeda got, I think, a bad rap. It was glitchy. But it still had a decent story. It just didn't have the epicness of
the first
previous Mass Effects. And I am worried that it might have killed the Mass Effect franchise. So I hope that's not the case.
I've heard the developers saying that no, it's not. But
Yeah.
I feel like they're maybe just saying it.
And Anthem, yes, probably the glitchiest release I've ever played.
Same here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also their first foray into a more action-oriented.
Well, and it was EA basically saying make Destiny for us, right? And
Yeah.
and that was one of the things. BioWare still tried to do story in this game.
Yeah.
But when you do story in a game where it's multiplayer online, real time, nobody's going to pay attention to the story because you're playing with other people and they're are you ready to go? Let's
That's
launch.
absolutely
Let's launch. I just got to skip through all this dialogue.
I saw the whole story, but I could barely tell you anything that happened in the story.
The thing is with BioWare, as long as they've been around in the games that they've made, which are so long, they've only had like 3 or 4 series.
You get some good meat out of the game, so
compared to others that we might talk about.
Yeah, but anyways, BioWare, my favorite, I would say my number one for now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with one. Oh, actually, no, we'll go to CountryBoy.
Okay, I'll take the reins. For me, this is a developer that I've followed very early on in their development cycle. Yeah, Naughty Dog. It's I had the PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. I have all the PlayStations. So that Crash Bandicoot
tattoo. You should get one.
Should get one.
Okay.
The old school logo.
Yeah, just the paw.
No, like
The Naughty Dog.
the PlayStation.
Oh, the PlayStation.
It's a P in the S.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking Naughty Dog.
You can get Naughty Dog too if you want.
But I think Crash Bandicoot, that was the first game I ever bought on my PlayStation. And then one of my favorite games of all time is Jack and Daxter, which is on the PS2. And then they went to Uncharted, which I know we're all big fans of Uncharted, the whole series.
Yeah.
And then they made The Last of Us,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And they're doing The Last of Us 2, and we can't
Did it so good
say
that
more.
God of War ripped off Last of Us.
Yeah, in a
It's
sense.
like tonally they went that
In a
way.
sense.
No, I just mean even the look, like the dots.
Also because they have a guy and a young kid, right?
Well, that's not even what I'm saying. I'm just visually like the look of like a white dot. That means it's something you can interact with. And
Oh,
everything
okay.
like that. Anyways.
I mean like the hole behind the
They
shoulder.
They
over
make
the
good
shoulder.
story. They make fun games. Is a good way.
Absolutely. They make great characters. Like they probably do the best storytelling, I'd say.
I was
in
gonna say,
games.
when they pick the genre, they know what to do to get that across.
Yeah.
So like, Uncharted was very much Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
And that's what that story
Yeah.
is. Whereas Last of Us was like a zombie
And
survival.
right when
And that's
zombies
exact-
were getting huge, right? Like
Yeah.
Walking Dead was at its peak and everything like
I
that.
see it's the best storytelling because they have these dynamic characters, and the characters are so well acted.
I should say it this way. Yes, it is a good story because it's
And it's one story.
Not, it's one when they interact. Whereas BioWare, in my opinion, does like a world, and
I
you
don't
create
need that.
your own
So
story.
for me, I personally, I don't need that.
Yeah, yeah.
I want one story,
Yeah.
one linear story. If you want to do like little side stories, that's fine too. I
they
like
do
that.
a good job of difficult but not too difficult,
Yeah.
right? As well, in at least in The Last of Us and Uncharted, which are really the only ones I think I've played from Naughty.
That's what I was gonna say. I have played Crash. I'm not a huge fan of it.
but
But I was gonna say, you brought it up. You mentioned it briefly there about the motion capture. I think their motion capture is some of the best. In
absolutely
the gaming
it is.
industry.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know why more
They
guys.
were one of the companies that did it first.
Yeah, I
They
don't
do
know.
it
Why.
I watched back behind the scenes of The Last of Us when they were doing a scene with
Pulling the rebar out?
yeah,
I think I've seen that
no,
one too.
not the rebar. It was they find that old dude, the fat guy with like the long hair, who's kind of been hiding away. And
Bill?
his little Bill, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill.
Was it Bill?
Yeah, Bill.
It was Bill.
Anyways, it was that scene with him, and it was cool. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I honestly think their characters are believable. Like when you're playing the game and you're watching them interact and they're talking, it looks like two characters are actually talking.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't look video gamey. Like you watch video games
I wonder
and
if
their
it's ever-
eyes won't even move
I wonder if it's
or
ever
their
gonna get
mouths
to the
look
point
wrong.
where that something like that becomes the entire movie is CG and it becomes like Academy worthy or something like that.
Heavenly-
That's got to be coming.
Heavenly Sword tried that.
Yeah, that was the first, but
And
now.
then Final Fantasy Spirits Within was even earlier.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Anyways, not to derail.
but yeah, I guess one last thing I want to say about the CG is like even playing like the newest Red Dead Redemption, I find like with the motion capture there, I feel like it's guys on a set. Like I feel like there's a definite boundary, dimensions to what they can do, and they don't really ever leave that thing. Which when I watch like the Naughty Dog guys, like they have sets set up where like a guy actually just like
there's a door.
there's a door. They have to leap over a gap or reach off an edge.
Yeah.
They have guns. They're like, well, I mean, they do that in most motion captures now, but
Yeah.
But they just do it very well.
Yeah,
Just
I
wanted
just
to
think
get that across.
they perfected it, I would say.
all right.
So my first pick, I am going to go with, I don't know, one that you guys might not have even looked at, I'm gonna say Square Enix.
No, not on my list at all.
I am.
I couldn't even. I'd probably be like, oh, they do that game. Okay.
Final Fantasy.
I am actually no. Well, yes,
They do that.
Yes, I'm more talking about like Square Enix the last few years.
Hitman and
Hitman, the
Captain-
Absolution in 2016,
and
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Hitman's an underratedly good series.
and Deus Ex was the other one. The
Oh,
new
Deus
the
Ex,
rebooted
yeah.
Deus Ex.
That's not Ubisoft.
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
So like Deus Ex was kind of like the one that I was really excited for when it came back out, and then the new Tomb Raider, and then the Hitman. Hitman I've always been following.
Yeah,
roughly.
I've always been a fan of Hitman and Tomb Raider more recently too. But I don't know, Square Enix. I'm never excited. I'm never like, whoa, I gotta get these games for like Square Enix games.
Yeah.
But those are good games.
and
Hitman's really
Sleeping
jumping
Dogs
up
as
a
well. I
notch, too.
liked a lot.
Absolution.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I haven't played all of Hitman. I think I played Hitman 2 and I didn't finish it because it got so fucking hard. I played Absolution and I was so surprised at how good of a game that was. And now I'm playing through the. Is it still Square Enix? They just.
Well, so I think Square Enix came in, took over the Hitman franchise when Absolution was in development, but the Hitman 2016 that's just called Hitman.
Yeah.
That was all them,
Okay, and then
and then they
Hitman
went
2.
back to EO, IO.
Oh,
whatever
so
they call it.
Hitman 2 is. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so they lost that franchise again, but
But I think they're just doing what Square
Well,
Enix did with it.
Hitman 2 and the
Hitman
Hitman, the new ones, they're virtually the same.
Yeah.
So they got it back on a solid path.
Okay.
But yeah, Square Enix were like Sleeping Dogs, like I was saying. I want to see a sequel to that. I know they made like Triad Wars. That game fucking did nothing. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs is also
Deus
awesome.
Ex, that was a game
Deus
I really
Ex,
loved.
awesome.
I just forgot about it.
I'm waiting for
I didn't like
another
the
one.
second one as much, but the first one was.
Second one's
And when I say I'm talking about since not.
You're not
yeah,
thinking the old
the
PC, one that
ones,
came
no.
out. Yeah.
I'm thinking the first one, and then the,
well, the second one was not strong story wise, but the mechanics were sound.
and they were similar to the first one. So
Yeah.
cool, right on.
But Square Enix,
I'm
I
so
know we'll pick.
I'm so glad you guys were probably helping me, but I'm glad this didn't get picked. Rockstar.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be on yours.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I'm like,
obviously.
I'll hold off.
And thank you for that.
Plus, I know you're the bigger fan.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. We got GTA, which I've loved GTA since GTA. The first time I played GTA 2,
Three.
I think on
Two?
Yeah,
Two. The top down.
The top down.
Nobody likes that.
I had so much fun playing that
I want to
game.
play it. It looks like
I never owned it.
don't
I never
wanna
owned it.
Looks
but
like
I
it
remember.
could be good.
I remember
I
being
love
at
it.
a buddy's who had when I was in high school. He had a
Okay, so then
PlayStation.
You're definitely a bigger fan. 'cause
and
you've
I
got
liked
the two.
it. But I didn't play 3 or 4. Came
You
back.
didn't play 3?
Wow.
You played 4?
You played 4.
Vice City, sorry. Like,
What was
I
your
played-
favorite one? Okay.
No. So I came in at Vice
Or
City.
San Andreas.
Because it went it went
I
3.
know what you're saying.
It went 3, Vice City, then 4. That's
No, San Andreas.
And then
3, Vice City, San Andreas, and 4.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it all.
Anyway, so I didn't play 3. I didn't play San Andreas, actually, ironic, because I didn't have PlayStation.
I'm surprised you played 3. Like, that was the one that sold me on Grand Theft.
Well, what happened was I got it in like a box package with Vice City, and I just went to Vice City. And that was a great game. I mean,
It is.
it was, I don't think it's really stood the test of time too well.
I don't know, it's
but
the whole 80s.
Well,
I
the
love
loading,
it. Use the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think it's
loading the
beautiful.
screens between areas, I didn't
Yeah.
like that either.
But for me, and I think I'm very in the minority on this one. I love GTA 4. Yeah.
I don't know if you're very in the minority, just amongst us. I think
Yeah,
you're in the minority.
well, no, a lot of people should, GTA, but let's not get focused on GTA. Which ones are good? All of the GTAs, especially lately, have gotten fantastic. GTA 5 is still, I think, the best-selling game
Yeah, I think so.
of
Probably
all time,
ever, I think so.
And they do it by taking their time building an awesome game,
Except for
and
maybe Pokemon or something.
and then expanding on the world, and then that's just GTA.
Yeah. So I was going to say,
Right.
compared to BioWare, GTA builds a world physically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
BioWare
Yeah.
like makes a world historical.
yeah.
Yeah, they have the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BioWare, you could almost take their stories and play it like in a D&D setting with your mind kind of thing. But anyways,
Maybe we will.
and obviously Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2 just came out last year. It was a great game. It didn't have the impact on me that the first one
The
did.
first one.
Because the first one was so
Stellar.
revolutionary, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still, admittedly, if you watched any of our videos in the past, I was really excited for Red Dead 2 because I had huge hopes for
We
the
all did.
online.
Everybody
For
did.
the online.
Oh, for the online.
Portion. And to be perfectly honest, the online has been disappointing so far.
They've done some updates recently, but I haven't been
But I
back
haven't
to
been
see
back
this.
to it
Yeah,
because.
it's
But,
very
but everybody
on.
tells me that that's what GTA 5 is like.
Yeah.
It is.
I honestly though I couldn't tell you. You guys might know What else? Have they done anything other than
Yes.
GTA and
Yes.
Red Dead?
L.A. Noire.
Oh, that was great too.
Bully.
Bully was the
I
other one. I was
played
gonna say
Bully,
Bully. I actually really liked. I got that.
I want to play
LA
that.
Noire was like that. Very
they had facial animations.
facial
Yeah, you
recognition.
gotta like what their facial
Investigator.
cues are and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, Bully. Actually, I got on a whim, and I really liked it, and I kind of hope there's a sequel.
They did a table tennis game too.
Did
one
they?
time.
Jeez.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. Why the hell Rockstar is doing freaking? It was a good
They
game,
can make anything.
but why are they
good.
making a table tennis game?
You got to get Rockstar and BioWare together.
They were also
just-
they were also supposed to make a game called Agent.
Oh,
Fell through, which you know, I'm assuming what Agent would have been, like you're a secret agent and doing stuff. That fell through, and I was like, "Fuck, that would have been so good."
made by the Rockstar
PS
guys would have been
PlayStation
awesome.
exclusive.
And one thing about Rockstar that's just, they're cool. They're the cool studio, if you ask me. They don't go to E3. They don't go by
They do
what
their own
everybody
thing.
else is doing.
Yeah,
We
they do what they want.
They're like,
Yeah.
we make good shit, and that's all.
They
like,
take their sweet ass
That's
time.
all.
If we're gonna drop a trailer, we're gonna drop a trailer. We're not gonna
Exactly.
wait. We're not gonna
Yeah.
rush ourselves.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's fucking April 2nd. Here you go, trailer.
You know it's gonna be quality. You know it's like it's gonna be a great game because they don't make shit.
Right. How about you, John?
My second one is probably another one you guys are obviously gonna know. They have some of my favorite games as well, from the PS1 to the PS4. Insomniac.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, I know they made Spyro the dragon, the purple dude. You know, runs across the screen.
That's the one you lead with?
That was the first one that I played
Nice.
of theirs.
Spyro's a strong series, just not my favorite.
No, I'm gonna say it's my favorite.
No,
But then it goes to Ratchet and Clank, which is a series I love. I love Ratchet and Clank from the PS2 to the PS3 to the PS4. They've continued that series, which is fun because it has so many weapons in every one of their games, and they're so inventive.
Yeah.
Like you can have a freaking whip for a weapon, or you can have like these blades that you shoot out and they freaking bounce all over the place.
Yeah.
Another game that Lewis and I have both played is the Resistance series,
yeah, that was awesome.
which
They have a
both
bunch
love.
of different weapons too.
That's the kind of their thing.
Yeah.
It's even like Spider-Man, the more recent game. Like look at all the freaking gadgets and stuff. you
Didn't
can
they
get
make
for Spider-Man?
Fuse? Was it Fuse?
Yeah, nobody talks about Fuse.
I was gonna say, do they have the weapons thing with that? I never
I
played
think
it.
they did. I think I played a demo for it, and I did not like it one bit.
But-
And I don't think anybody bought that game.
Sunset Overdrive, another one that.
Sunset Overdrive.
You
I
didn't
want
wanna
to play
play it?
that.
One of
I would
Lou's
love to play
favorites.
that game. Like, if I had an Xbox One, that'd probably be the first game I would buy. Is Sunset Overdrive because I love everything that these guys make, except for Fuse apparently. But
And you know what's funny? You know what's
and I
funny?
hear good things.
I
about
haven't played a single one of these
it.
games.
Spider-Man.
Which the new
Spider-Man.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You should play
Spider-Man
Resistance if you can.
You would probably love Resistance, honestly. But they're a very good developer. I enjoyed whatever they make, and I want to see Spider-Man 2 come out like now because that game was awesome.
And it
Yeah.
only takes like 10 hours to play.
You know what?
It's not that long.
It's
but
not. It's not that long.
It
But that's
was
kind of
fun.
what I liked about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
is
yeah.
I
It's,
could
it's nice not.
I could get everything done in that game, and I felt
And we platinumed it. We platinumed it, and it didn't take that much time to do.
Yeah, and I was happy about that. I don't want a game where I'm gonna spend fucking 40 days.
I do.
That's-
No,
Yeah.
I don't
I
want
enjoy
that.
that, but then like
I
you
hate
guys
it.
have both finished Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm still like, I gotta find this fucking treasure up
That's
north.
the thing. I finished the story in Red Dead,
Did
but I
you
still
get all the-
have
did you get all
so
the
much
serial
other shit
killers
to
done?
do.
'Cause I did.
No,
I did.
I
the
only-
serial
yeah.
killer did. Yes, I did
Oh,
that.
yeah. Okay.
But there's so much more I gotta do. I'm like, I don't even want to go back to it. I was so happy to go back to the DLC for Spider-Man because it was just fun right off the bat.
Luke?
Okay,
Anyways.
my second pick. These I get shit on a lot, but you know I find that I actually like their games a whole heck of a lot. Ubisoft.
Oh. Canadian.
Yeah, the French Canadian.
And it's still Canadian,
French.
all right?
But other than-
Canadian.
the games that I play, I'm gonna go over is like Rayman, Origins and Legends. I didn't really play the series originally.
Yeah, but I
Origins
love
and Legends.
what they redid. Yeah,
The
Rayman.
Tom Clancy games, which in itself
Good.
splinter off.
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six Vegas, Splinter
Good.
Cell series.
Good.
I know
Splinter Cell.
there's the Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, which I thought was great. They did Beyond Good and
You're
Evil.
missing one here.
Huh? I was just
Yeah,
started.
I know.
Beyond Good and Evil, Prince of Persia series.
I was gonna say, I want them to bring that back.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think they felt it
It's a little...
competed with Assassin's
And the
Creed.
climate of it, political climate of Persia,
Yeah, it was back in time. It's not like it's current
I know.
Persia.
The Assassin's Creed series, the Division series, Watch Dogs, which I'm also a huge fan of. And South Park, the Fractured But Whole.
Yes.
They took over for Stick of Truth, but they didn't really do a whole lot other than publish it.
Yeah.
But Fractured But Whole,
I
like
still haven't played that. I played
Really?
the Stick of Truth, but
Fractured But Whole, I think is harder mechanically.
oh,
Yeah, it is.
I just
It's-
used Mr. Butters.
The first one's funnier too. Funnier, better overall. This one's still good though. It's still fun.
Yeah,
Fun game.
but they have such like a wealth. Like I didn't. Those are the games that I've played. Like there's Siege, which I've
Yeah.
never fucking touched.
But you got like Ubisoft has like how many different studios though? It's not like
Yeah,
it's not like
Montreal.
one different. It's not like one team doing all these games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really like Ubisoft.
Like EA, they're basically E EA.
A lot of their games kind of follow the same formula, like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. I feel like it's very much the same mechanics,
Yeah.
but then they put like a palette swap.
Like initially,
over
I
it.
would have said Assassin's Creed's my favorite, but now forgetting that Splinter Cell was part of it. Like Splinter Cell is such a good, underrated series in my opinion. So
Yeah, like it's a massive company with fucking so many games that I can't help but like them. There's a
Yeah.
lot to it. They fucked up a lot, like fucking Assassin's Creed.
Was it Unity?
Unity,
Terrible.
couldn't even play it.
You should
But
show the
that's
glitches right here, Lewis, with the
I
people at their
tried
faces.
no
missing.
faces.
Yeah.
Floating people. I
should
had
have some glitches.
I had people like in a boat. Like
But
and they were
Assassin's
floating
Creed
above
2
the
is
boat.
Assassin's Creed 2 is near perfect of a game.
I like the more recent ones more.
Yeah.
Origins and Odyssey, great. Like
Yeah.
that's actually getting people back on board. That like you guys kind of got away
Yeah, I absolutely
fatigued
got
with it, but
Yeah. And now they're doing that Skull and Bones game.
Skull and Bones is another one that
Yeah.
Craig I think you had on your.
I did, yeah.
But yeah, I find that they're branching out. They're doing different things. I like it a lot.
I
I commend them for what they're doing.
I think I'm gonna go with one that we always often have to remember is a gaming developer, probably the OG gaming developer, Nintendo. A little bit of cop because it's
What have they ever made?
But
I don't know. It's good.
and I gotta.
I want some Nintendo representation.
Forget the
here, you know?
history of it. Where
Wii
they-
Music.
Nintendo basically,
Yeah.
in my opinion, well, not everybody's opinion, I would say, it made video gaming what it is nowadays, especially with the release of the NES and everything. But what I wanted to say is, I feel like one thing I really like that Nintendo's done is they haven't really followed what everybody else is doing. Xbox and
not at all.
PlayStation,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you have, you basically get the same thing.
Since the GameCube, they knew that they couldn't compete in that same category
Yeah.
as them.
So
So
they
they were
just-
like, let's do our own thing. People are still gonna buy our shit.
maybe towards the younger market, if you will, kind of, some would say.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times I play the Wii game or Nintendo games now just for nostalgia feels to them, but yeah.
I feel like Nintendo has played it safe. They're not big risk takers. Like the same series that you like, Legend of Zelda, Mario, Kirby, they've been there since like the 80s.
Yeah.
And the Splatoon recently,
Yeah.
and then other than that,
Pokemon came in the 90s, which
Yeah.
is huge for
So
them.
they
They do a
don't
good
add a
job
whole lot.
about party games though, like games with groups, Smash Bros and Mario
Yeah.
Party, obviously.
I feel like they play it safe. They don't take a whole lot of risks
What do you mean
until
they
it
don't take
comes
risks?
until it comes to their consoles.
Oh,
Console
okay. I was
design.
gonna say,
Console
like the
design.
Wii was.
But even that,
you know.
like they're like functional. They're doing that, but not like the features of like they were way behind online. Like
Yeah.
they had this code
They
system
just
and all this
came-
shit.
Yeah,
And
they're
HD.
they're behind the HD exactly. Like the Wii was just
So,
RCA
yeah.
cables.
I liked them too a lot, but yeah, I don't know. I just gravitated to more PlayStation and other stuff.
You know, I'm glad I have a Switch because I can play the old nostalgia stuff, and if I want, like the new versions of it, or
Yeah.
like new Mario, new Zelda,
And they're good
Smash
party
Bros,
games.
you
They're
know.
fantastic.
Absolutely.
We're gonna play it tonight.
Stay tuned.
Maybe.
But no,
Anyways,
Nintendo.
yeah,
I'm glad
Nintendo.
we got some.
Not too
Nintendo
much to say about
representation.
Nintendo. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty basic, but
Hey, you should know, like, even if you don't play
You should
games.
know Nintendo.
Even if you don't play games.
I'm guessing timeline wise, we're probably only gonna do.
this is
One
our
more.
last.
This is the last one.
Okay, so I'm just trying to think of where I want to go here.
I think I know your last one, but I'm gonna wait and see.
I don't know
I
if
have a
you do.
couple. I'm just,
I might. Yeah, I'll do the obvious one, I guess. Sony Santa Monica, the guys that made God of War.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I know you were
I've done more, but
Who are they? But they have done more. That's what they're most known for.
played that.
But they've also helped other companies too with games. Like I know the Smash. Sorry, not the Smash Brothers. The PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. They had a little bit of a help with that. They've helped with
Unfinished Swan, Journey,
a smaller company.
Last Guardian. I think Last Guardian. Definitely the Shadow of the Colossus remake. They helped with that. I know.
Yeah, I know actually. with PlayStation, one thing that is awesome about being a PlayStation-owned game is all the companies kind of help each other out. They're like, hey, this is what we're doing with our dev kit. You want to see what we're doing with ours? And they work with each other. They don't compete with each other. Yeah. They're always trying to help each other out. So, like, if you look graphically, a lot of them are kind of similar. Like, I thought watching Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a Guerrilla game.
I was going to say, honorable mention.
Sorry, I thought graphically it looked kind of similar to, like, Infamous, which was a Sucker Punch game, I thought. It looked very, very close graphically, and the way that they animate and emote and stuff. Yeah. But, anyway, something about Sony Santa Monica.
Sony Santa Monica. You're going to say Sucker Punch.
Yes, Sony Santa Monica.
Sucker Punch, also honorable mention.
I was, yes, quick honorable mention in there. But God of War, you know, we've talked about God of War through and through. I don't think I have to talk too much about it anymore. Just amazing games, all of them. Play them, please.
Is the last one your guys' favorite? I mean, I don't want to go, but was the last most recent one, God of War, your favorite God of War?
Probably. It's either that
it's
or
hard to say
because you really like 2 a lot. I know, yeah.
Same director though, so it's
okay.
You know, it probably is. It probably because it's just so polished.
It was mine, yeah, for sure. But yeah,
yeah, it's just so good. Yeah, it's hard to say.
I had Sony Santa Monica on my list. I'm just gonna because I had a bunch of their games that they made. War of the Monsters, which I don't know if you knew was made by them.
It was Incognito.
Yeah.
Which I think became Sony Santa Monica.
I think Sony might have been their publisher mostly.
Because I know David Jaffe was a big thing of like, he was the guy from Incognito, and they made Twisted Metal, and they did War of the Monsters, and then I think they kind of, I don't know if they split teams or they kind of turned their team into Santa Monica. Yeah. So I did kind of know that.
And then there's obviously God of War, Warhawk. Yeah. I don't know about the second game, Starhawk.
Incognito. Yeah. So I don't know about that.
Sorcery, and then Unfinished Swan, PlayStation Battle Royale, and The Order. Games they helped with. The Order 1886.
Cool. Yeah.
Do you have anything more to say about them? Or?
God of War.
Yeah.
Because Geo-Dub! I was say a lot of times developers they do a lot of just helping out, and that's where my last pick is because you guys ended up taking all my other ones.
I'm gonna apologize. I didn't mean to pick PlayStation exclusives, but you guys were covering all the other ones, so I was like, I'll do PlayStation.
I was just doing ones that I really played a lot. So
I apologize for that, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, so these guys, for games that they made themselves, I only have like one, but I know, like looking through my collection, like man, these guys, they helped. Like they published and stuff a lot of other ones. Warner Brothers games, WB games.
Okay.
Arkham Origins is one that I picked out that I thought was really good. I like their...
It's underrated. Guys, people hate on it because it's not
this exact
a Rocksteady game. But it's basically the same freaking game as the other ones.
Shadow of Mordor, they helped out. I think Shadow of Mordor is actually Monolith Studios. But they helped out with that.
To be honest, I'll tell you later. But
you'll see the Warner Brothers label on that. Same thing with the new Mortal Kombat games. The WB logo is on that. Like they help out with a lot of studios.
Absolutely.
Like they make a lot of games that you actually probably do like a lot, but you never realize. You never sat there and looked. Oh man, this is Warner Brothers games. Wow. Like I said, Origins is the only one I can pick out that they developed solely themselves. But yeah, I appreciate everything they were doing for the company. Otherwise, like the industry.
Well, they were part of Mad Max, weren't they?
Yes, Mad Max was another one I forgot.
I was wondering if you were going to say that.
I was starting to play that when other games were coming out. I got to go back to that.
Yeah, one. I played it. I started it, and then Destiny came out, and then it was just Destiny from then on. I never went back to it.
If I'm going to have one honorable mention,
I thought we could just
sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll just throw one that I thought you were going to mention for sure. Bethesda.
That's what I was going to mention now. Okay. So that's my only honorable mention.
Sorry to take your honorable mention. I'll just list off a couple of Telltale Games. Rest in peace. Yeah. Really unique storytelling one. Capcom has a lot of my older in the past games that I
like Dead Rising for a newer one.
Yeah, exactly. Mega Man series. I don't know if you guys know I mentioned I like it. So those were two kind of ones. So yeah.
I kind of meant when Lewis was talking about Batman or Arkham Origins, Rocksteady. Yeah, that's an awesome developer. I haven't really seen anything other than the Batman series come from them, but I want to see what else is coming. Like, what are you guys working on? We've said this before. Like,
please reply in the comments. Like, we know you're watching.
Bring out that Ninja Turtles game I've been talking about.
Sorry, I stole Bethesda. Do you have any other?
I just on the spot. I really liked Telltale Games. Gone. THQ, Jax, or whatever you want to call them. They did the wrestling. They used to do like NWO versus WCW. They did WrestleMania 2000 and like the newer ones. I think up until was it 2013, 2014? Then it became 2K games, or whatever. And
Okay.
but they were really good. I love that system that they had.
I'm just gonna rattle off a couple here. Sorry.
Yep.
You guys think about Rare, like the old school Rare?
I didn't think of them, but
Like they had Donkey Kong, the games. They had,
Battletoads.
Battletoads, exactly. They had GoldenEye, I think, was one of theirs.
Perfect
exactly.
Dark.
Perfect Dark, exactly. Ninja Theory. I know you and I are kind
Heavenly
of
Sword.
Heavenly Sword, exactly. They also did the DMC remake.
Odyssey, the
Sweet.
West.
Odyssey, yeah. And also Toss Out. I already said those ones. Ready at Dawn.
Are you just listing every
No,
developer
no.
that ever
Ready Dawn,
existed?
yeah.
They did Dawn. They did the PSP God of War games. Also did Daxter. They did
Order
1886. Quantic Dream and overall those games.
Yeah.
Quantic Dream, those are good games.
Yeah.
And
There's
also
gonna be
Medium
like
Molecule.
There's gonna be this like
Yeah.
hook coming from off the screen.
Medium Molecule is the last one I was gonna say. They did Little Big Planet, Tearaway.
Konami.
Anyway, oh my god.
So that's our favorite developers. He's got a whole lot more than the rest of us, apparently. So where can we find everyone over here?
Twitch, PSN, and Twitter as MussKeg.
Over here.
Twitch, Twitter, and PSN as CountryBoy_9.
You can find me on Twitch as the LewisLightning. And we will see you in the next episode.
Get over here!
Way to join in, Lou.